Hey guys, today is the 7th of March, 2011. I was going into work this morning and I drove by a fuel station, a Flying J fuel station, and diesel price was $3.77 a gallon. And after work, about 8 hours later, I drove by that same gas station and the price was $3.83 or 84, somewhere in there. That's in a matter of 8 hours, and I've never seen it raise this fast, honestly. A barrel of oil is pushing $105, $106 a barrel right now. I think it went as high as 107. You remember back in, I believe it was '08, when summer of '08, it hit $140 a barrel. Guys, that's only $35 away from those highs. I think we can get there, and I think we're going to see $5 and $6 fuel for sure. $5 or $6 fuel this summer, unless something automatically changes. Because I think they're tying this into the turmoil that's going on in the Middle East. And if Saudi Arabia starts to boil over with protests and riots, then we're definitely going to see oil or fuel at those higher prices, much higher prices. And in a struggling economy, we have 44 million Americans on food stamps now. Okay, that. And with the economy not growing and the jobless rate the way it is right now, and higher fuel prices leads to higher everything else. Food, energy, I mean, you name it, it's going to go up. Everything's got to be transported, and that takes fuel. So everything's going to go up in price. And that's just like a double whammy on a struggling economy. And I did run into a few guys today, earlier this morning, talking about how they're still struggling, and it's hit and miss. It's very hit and miss now, and they were very optimistic at the beginning of last year that things were going to really turn around, but it didn't. It didn't turn around like they thought. The stimulus that was pumped out to the states via our federal government is fizzling out, and it's just leaving a bad taste in people's mouth, because we don't have the recovery that we were promised, and now we have all this debt on our shoulders on top of that. And so I think there's people are upset for a reason. They have reason to be upset, and it's unfortunate that we are not in a recovery. But you guys, if we're thinking people, and I believe people who watch this channel are thinking people, we know that there will not be a recovery. And I've said this many times on this channel, and I still believe that there's not, and that's not doom and gloom, and that's not pessimism, it's reality. And a lot of optimistic people hate it when people use that word. It's just reality, because it is. That's what it is. It's reality. The reality of it is that 44 million people are now on food stamps. That breadline is growing continuously, and unemployment is still getting worse. I don't care how they fudge the numbers. It's getting worse. Just look at the real stats, the people that have dropped off the rolls, okay? If you look at the real numbers, okay, we're at 20 plus on unemployment. Anyway, guys, yeah, the gas prices, they're really going crazy right now. I couldn't believe it. It's like, man. And silver, look at silver's doing. And I wanted to kind of explain to you guys, and I don't have to explain this to you. You probably already know this. When I was a kid, I got a 1958 and a 53 quarter here. couple quarters. These are 90% silver. Now, what's interesting about this is that I could take one of these quarters, and I remember doing it, and I would go into a corner store when I was a kid, and I would take a quarter and a penny, and I could go buy me a Marathon bar. You remember those Marathon bars? All the caramel chocolate? Oh yeah. Every time I could get a quarter and a penny, I would go buy me one of those. And it's sad to say, but I think I even dug through my mom's purse to get that quarter and the penny so I could run a couple blocks away and get me that Marathon bar. Anyway, this quarter here, because it's made of silver, I can go and I can purchase about 4 or 5, maybe even 6 candy bars now with this quarter, because it's made out of silver. But as you know, the quarters that are made nowadays are just worthless plunks of metal, and you can get probably a third of a candy bar with a Fiat quarter, if you will. Okay, and so it's real money is maintaining its value. Okay, as the dollar slides and keeps sliding, and guys, it's fallen off a cliff, and we're nearing that tipping point in the dollar. If we get down below 76, 75, 74 area, that's making a lot of people nervous. It really is. Anyway, yeah, back when we were buying, I'll show you one of these. These here, I know some of you might recognize that feller, that fat guy. Yeah, if we were buying these around 15. We bought a lot of our purchase was around $15, $16 an ounce, and you know, taking that cash, that $15, $16, and going and buying fuel with that same cash right now would get me about 4 gallons of fuel. Okay, 4 gallons of fuel with that paper money. Now today I can buy about 10 gallons of fuel with what I spent $15, $16 on. Well, 2 years ago. Okay? And so this maintains its value. It's holding its value. Whereas the paper currency is losing its value. Therefore, it's costing you more in fiat dollars. And I know you guys know all that stuff. But I just want to reiterate that the cash that you guys are holding on to, that you think is a store of safety. And a lot of people are looking for that. They want that. They're insecure today based on how things are happening. Inflation and what Bernanke's doing with the dollar and what his promises to continue to do. And that's quantitative easing, is to keep printing. And he's not afraid to say it. Anyway, guys, it's just you're going to end up losing your shorts. And I'm just saying this for the times that we can use our currency and use the monies that we do have, okay? Because there will come a time where money won't do you any good, you know, when things really break down. Put it into something that's appreciating, that's gaining value exponentially. And we haven't seen the big moves yet, but they're coming. I think they're just around the corner. There will be pullbacks, hard pullbacks, but I think the trend upward will be just as hard. And so, anyway, had a good day today. It was very nice in the tarps. It was cold outside, but it was probably 60, 70 degrees inside the tarps. And we laid a lot of brick today. Had a good day at work. And, oh, another thing. A friend of mine just called, Jared. And he called and said, he buys that the Tom's toothpaste, the fluoride-free toothpaste. He went around to several places locally, and they don't sell it anymore, and they say they can't get it. And the kind with the fluoride-free. Very interesting. And so he goes to their website, and I told him to order me 2 tubes also. He's going to order some. Very interesting, though, why they stopped selling the fluoride-free Tom's toothpaste. Anyway, you guys have a good evening. God bless you. Take care and give somebody a hug. God bless.